That's the fake sun at 5:47 p.m. You're calling the sunset at Monrovia, courtyard by Monrovia. The sun that was remaining in alignment with my hotel window at Hesperia Holiday Inn, where I just came from. And I'm showing you, first of all, the positioning of engineered light on the outside of the building. This is a shaded structure on the inside. You have what is sunlight through closed blinds, first of all. Second of all, at a trajectory, which is absolutely impossible through closed blinds upright on the interior wall. And as I open the door, Ontario Police Department is group stalking, amplifying helicopter activity. And this is a demon inside of apartment number 55. Engaging in the same exact conduct that CAL FIRE are engaging in the demons at Holiday Inn, amplifying ongoing audible activity. So the demon is stalking in the living room. And this is called crossing path. Under a fake sun, that's a demon stalking with light. 6YOZ533 is going to federal prison. Ontario Police is group stalking by a third party. This entire property is engaged in the pattern of conduct, and this is not in alignment with my apartment, my bedroom window at 1800 North Alvarado Street in Los Angeles, California. This is, again, 6YOZ533. This is a demon that's stalking the path with light. While the Ontario Police Department is stalking in a helicopter, federal prison. And that's a sex offender. That's audible activity. And that's a demon that is a sex offender that's monitoring when your genitalia is exposed. And that's not the sun. The 2019 documentation, it's capturing the Ontario Police group stalking in blue and white helicopters when I was in my Toyota Camry right here on this street, which is Vine. And the entity was flying at 10 o'clock, 11, 9 o'clock in the morning, and the fake sun is over me in that documentation. It's 5 o'clock in the evening. That's with regard to showing the same address, and the fake sun is remaining. Second of all, you're talking about juxtaposing. I'm living and working at Alvarado Gardens, and you have the people of the state that are stalking in the path in that specific environment. All right, this third party who's got no shirt on with the 6YOZ license plate, they're going to federal prison. All righty, that's P.O.C. This whole property, I documented them on podcast, and this is stalking in a parking lot. All right, clearly stalking, focused on me, and they want to appear to be engaged in a conversation, clearly focused on me. Going to federal prison, though, stalking, and this is light activity while you drive and engineer light, and it's on the inside of the apartment. Okay, this is where Ontario Police are group stalking in the morning in July of 2020. They're engaged in criminal summoning at the front door, and you can see the light activity that they're standing in. This is under all circumstances, the pattern of conduct, and these are demons engaging in a sex offense, this entire property. And Woodside Senior Apartments has been engaged in this criminal system for years. I've been documenting it since 2019 as a matter of video and images, and that is federal prison. Okay, that's P.O.C. Amplified Audible Activity, and Mike Lorenz. He's going to be prosecuted just like P.O.C. Federal prison, just like Dominic Choi, just like the demon, the chief over, that's a demon over the Pasadena Police, the demon over the Fontana Police, the demon over the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, that's P.O.C. Crossing path, and amplifying the helicopter activity as I walk outside of the door while impossible light activity under a light source that is under no circumstances the sun. That's how you know that that's a stalker in a helicopter, and that's a third party stalking together, creating activity, driving, and that's not sunlight, because the sun's in alignment with the hotel room at Holiday Inn. Remember, that's how you know who's stalking you, and that's how you know the government is stalking you. That's the identification of targeting. He's going to federal prison. And Jason 19, who engaged in kidnapping while engaged in federal group stalking and monitoring, Jason 19 is with the Ontario Police Department is going to federal prison. L Keys with the Ontario Police Department and 6YOZ533 are going to federal prison. That's a license plate. That's P.O.C. Federal stalking also with the communication device. Monitoring, and that's also impunity. Okay, this is what Mike Lorenz is a terrorist leader. He's not a chief of police, and he is fired because of the criminal conduct that a terrorist organization bearing badges, masquerading as a law enforcement agency with the very constituents of the state, which is what this terrorist represents. 5 CRD 356 is group stalking with this demon. These are pacing demons under a light source that's not the sun, and they're all engaged in federal stalking, and they're doing what Holiday Inn was doing in an environment that is irreconcilable. And this is not in alignment with my bedroom window, with my leasing office at Alvarado Gardens. This is the exact same environment that the LAPD were group stalking, a demon-possessed terrorist organization, group stalking with the people of the state. Understand what Alvarado Gardens was doing? This is what Woodside Senior Apartments is doing. You had a whole apartment complex is going to federal prison. He's going. P.O.C. 9GDF 621 is crossing path. P.O.C. It is currently, by the way, 5:53 p.m. when the entity is keeping a fake sun in alignment to my hotel window at the Holiday Inn, keeping a fake sun in alignment to my hotel room as I'm at the Courtyard by Marriott over me in the parking lot, where Monrovia police are group stalking in helicopter. All right, the same thing that the entity is maintaining. License plate 6CSC155 is crossing path. That's how easily they engage in group stalking in an environment under a fake sun, and doing so while engineer light is aimed inside of the apartment. This is a massive sex offense committed by the population. That's why you're being pursued with a fake son, and you know that the population is entirely demon possessed. I've heavily documented this entire neighborhood, and this is called impunity. Okay, Jason Knighton is he's going to federal prison for a prolonged term. That's just one demon with that terrorist organization, not the LAPD. I'm referencing right now the Ontario PD, who use helicopters to engage in stalking, terrorism, and psychological torture. And this is what they're doing day and night. And by the way, when you're looking at the fake sun that I'm capturing today, this is exactly the apartment complex where the fake moon was over last night, where the Ontario Police Department were flying in circles over this apartment complex. By the way, a senior citizen complex where, again, the aged demons who are group stalking are not complaining about the violation of zoning, ordinary zoning, where you should not be flying over a senior citizen complex, 8HNC 933, let alone any apartment complex like I was documenting the LAPD doing the same exact thing where the sun is rising and setting. There's no sun, there's no sunlight over Alvarado Gardens, and all over Woodside Senior Apartments or inside of this apartment like I captured, okay? The demon in apartment number 55, federal prison, okay? She's engaged in he or she's engaged in stalking, and that's a demon and a sex offender that's engaging in stalking while living in relevant position. That's exactly what Alvarado Gardens and Speaker Companies is going to be prosecuted for. That whole apartment complex is going to federal prison for this criminal conduct that's now underway in Ontario. It's the state's P.O.C. Again, that's the terrorism at 5:55 p.m. by the Ontario Police Department. And they're engaged in 24-hour surveillance. They didn't go anywhere. They just crossed path. They're engaged in 24-hour surveillance, and I continue to document it. P.O.C.